guys. So today, as promised, I'm going to share a couple of math poems from Shel Silverstein and a couple of ideas for things for you to do today. So the first one isn't actually in a poetry book that I own. It's called Baloney Belly Billy, and it's by Shel Silverstein. Baloney Belly Billy swallows anything for cash. If you offer him a penny, he'll chew paper from the trash. He'll eat guppies for a nickel. For a dime, he'll eat a bug. And a quarter will convince him that he ought to eat a slug. I have seen him eat a button. I have seen him eat a bee. I have seen him eat 3 beetles for a $50 fee. For $1 he will gladly eat a lizard off a fence. Just imagine what he'd swallow for another 50 cents. So one thing you can do with that is you can take some play money and let's say you had 50 cents and you could decide what you would be willing to pay Billy to eat. So you could take that 50 cents and decide that you want to have him eat 5 bugs, or you might have him eat some paper for a penny, or eat some guppies for a nickel. You have to figure out how much money you need to give him for the things you want him to eat. Okay, so the next poem is 1 Inch Tall by Shel Silverstein. If you were only 1 inch tall, you'd ride a worm to school. The teardrop of a crying ant would be your swimming pool. A crumb of cake would be a feast and last you 7 days at least. A flea would be a frightening beast if you were 1 inch tall. If you were only 1 inch tall, you'd walk beneath the door, and it would take about a month to get down to the store. A bit of fluff would be your bed. You'd swing upon a spider's thread and wear a thimble on your head if you were 1 inch tall. You'd surf across the kitchen sink upon a stick of gum. You couldn't hug your mama. You'd just have to hug her thumb. You'd run from people's feet in fright. To move a pen would take all night. This poem took 14 years to write, 'cause I'm just 1 inch tall. So with this one, I want you to imagine some other things that you could do if you were 1 inch tall. I want you to make believe what it would be like to be 1 inch tall. So take a look around your room and imagine some of the everyday things that you do, like rolling a ball or reading a book. How much time would that take if you were only 1 inch tall? Okay, so our third poem today is Band-Aids. And with this one, I would like you to draw an outline of a person, and I would like you to draw imaginary Band-Aids on the different parts that I'm going to mention in the poem, okay? So this is Band-Aids by Shel Silverstein. I have a Band-Aid on my finger, 1 on my knee and 1 on my nose, 1 on my heel and 2 on my shoulder, 3 on my elbow and 9 on my toes, 2 on my wrist and 1 on my ankle, 1 on my chin and 1 on my thigh, 4 on my belly and 5 on my bottom, 1 on my forehead and 1 on my eye, 1 on my neck, And in case I might need them, I have a box full of 35 more. But oh, I do think it's sort of a pity I don't have a cut or a sore. So on your outline, you can draw some imaginary band-aids on the different parts that I mentioned in the poem and see how silly it looks. Okay, so these are just some ideas for math activities that you can do with these Shel Silverstein poems. So I hope you enjoy them, and I will read you another story tonight. Hope to hear from you guys about all the wonderful things you did today. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.